Good evening, all. Thereby, in reusing the channels again and again, many number of users or the mobile subscribers can be easily supported and offered service. This frequency reuse can be done at a stretch. There is a set of rules how to assign the channel to the neighboring cluster. So many clusters can be formed in one geographical area. Every cluster is formed of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So since many clusters can be formed means it has to be taken care of. There should not be any interference between the channels or bands. So there is a guideline to fix the frequency band in the neighboring cluster which is formed new. So take the center cell A and clockwise we can name it as B, C, D, E, F, G. Similarly, if you want to name the band A in the neighboring cluster, you have to move upward 3 steps from the center point and slightly incline for 60 degree and move forward 2 steps. There you can locate A. And once the A point center cell has been marked, it is quite easy to mark the remaining frequency bands clockwise. So thus the neighboring clusters can be formed by using the same frequency band, and also many mobile users can be supported from this. The frequency reuse technique is a boon for the mobile technology. Okay, immediately when we talk about the clusters, forming many clusters in a particular geographic area, we may worry about interference. Of course, interference plays a major role in any communication. So interference can be classified into 2 here. One is adjacent channel interference and another one is co-channel interference. Let me clarify what is adjacent and what is co-channel. Adjacent channel is nothing but the channels which are placed nearby will have different frequency range. For example, B will be having a frequency range of 2001 to 3000. C will be having 3001 to 4000. And D will be having 4001 to 5000. Similarly, the 7000 channels will be allocated properly. The different frequency is being assigned to the adjacent channels. Co-channel is nothing but one cluster is having 7 bands. The next cluster is having 7 bands. So the same band has been assigned to the next cluster. That is nothing but co-channel. A is available in cluster 1 and also in cluster 2 and also in cluster 3 and also in cluster N. Similarly, B is available in cluster 1, 2 and N cluster. So this is the adjacent channel and co-channel. And we were worrying about interference, right? Okay. Interference is nothing but unwanted noise or signal which influences the quality of the original signal. Okay. How to reduce the interference then? We have 2 parameters, co-channel and adjacent channel. So how to reduce the co-channel interference and adjacent channel interference? Let us see. So adjacent channel interference is we can plan the position of the particular cell with high radius. So if the cell radius is very small, of 2 centimeter, it will be very small. And if the radius is 8 centimeter or 10 centimeter, the cell will be larger. So the adjacent cells are bit away from each other. Thus, the adjacent channel interference can be removed or reduced. And co-channel interference, the cluster size, the overall cluster size can be increased. For example, in one geographic area, if I place 5 clusters, I will be having one value of interference. If I place 3 clusters in the same area, I will be having some value of interference. So when you compare these both, the value which we get from the less number of clusters will be very minimum. That is, for 3 clusters case, the value of interference will be very minimum when compared with the 5 clusters case. Okay, this is okay. But what about the system capacity? The system capacity can only be attained by increasing the clusters, number of clusters. So as to increase the system capacity, the cluster has to be more. But so as to reduce the interference, the number of clusters has to be reduced. So these are the 2 considerations for increasing the system capacity and reducing the interference. Thank you.